The busiest times in a candle maker business is fall through winter. And it's definitely our favorite time of the year because it's not 107 to 120 degrees every day. Hey, loves. Welcome back to our channel.
I'm Bella.
And I'm Ruby. We're the owners of Love & Co. Candles. Today we'll be reviewing some fragrance oils in preparation for our fall launch.
Before we jump into reviewing our fragrance oils for our fall candle collection, we wanted to show you guys a new candle vessel that we have been testing out. We purchased this mold online and it's a much wider vessel so that we can decorate the tops of the vessels for fall and for winter. So let's go ahead and get into how we created this candle vessel using plaster. Recently, we've been wanting to bring a new vessel to our collection. We wanted something that was wider on the top so that we could decorate it. So today we're going to be pouring this vessel. Today we're going to be pouring one using plaster.
The process can be very messy, so we wanted to make sure we put on gloves and our aprons. The formula is pretty simple when you're using this material. It is 2 parts plaster to 1 part water, but that doesn't really tell you how much you're going to need when you're pouring into this size vessel. So we are going to measure it out, and then that way we know how much to use each time we pour this vessel. So we have our scale. We're going to zero it out and then start adding in the mixture. I'm going to start off with 16 ounces of the plaster and then half of that in water. So we have our 16 ounces of plaster. We're going to zero this out again and then start adding in our 8 ounces of water. So you may be asking yourself, why are we talking about the fall candle launch when we're in the middle of June? One thing we realized in working this business is that you always have to be a season ahead in preparation for your launch. All of the fragrance oils that you will need, the testing of all of your candle jars, all has to be done months ahead of time. We have to pour these jars now because we need to do all of the testing. We need to prepare all of the embeds that we plan to put on top, and we need lots of time to make sure that all of this will work correctly. So we initially started with 16 ounces of plaster, and we moved it up to 18 ounces for this particular mold. And then the most important part is to get all the air bubbles out. So you'll want to tap your mold. Now that we've poured the plaster into the mold, it needs to sit for 30 minutes, and then we can demold it, and then it has to dry for 24 hours. One thing you'll want to do while you're waiting for your vessel to dry is get your container rinsed out and all of your area cleaned up. You do not want to rinse this down your sinks or drains. So you want to wipe down as much residue as you can and then rinse it outside. Now we did this one bowl and we used our gloves and our aprons, but we didn't wear masks because we are filming. Once we decide that we're going to make these with our vessel, you definitely want to have a mask on just to protect your lungs from the plaster. So we're going to go ahead and get our area cleaned up and wait for the vessel to dry. Our candle vessel has solidified. It's been the 30 minutes. So now we're going to demold it. Now that needs to dry for the next 24 hours. Once you've let your vessel dry for the 24 hours, you do need to seal it because the wax can kind of seep into the pores of the material. There are many different kinds of sealant that you can use, and we'll be testing different ones to see which one works best for the candles that we make. But this is kind of the idea of what we are trying to do in this larger vessel for the fall. We actually poured a couple of them earlier this week because we wanted to have something that we could show. And this is an example of what we want to do in these vessels. So this would be more of a spring summer look. It's got flowers and butterflies, wax embeds. And then the one Bella's holding would be more of an example of the fall of the fall option of what we would like to do. And we have pumpkins and fall leaves in a little bit of color. We're still deciding on if we want to go a little brighter on that one or not. We still have to test these out for their actual burn. And then on the bottom of the vessels, we have the example of the burning instructions that we cut on the Glowforge. So once we have these all tested, then we will know if they're going to be live on our site, and then we will come back with an update in a future video. So we chose some of our favorite fall fragrance oils, and we're going to go through them, see what notes we like, see if there's any things that we can combine to make some new fall fragrances. We have an idea of some of the scents that we want to introduce. Some scents are pretty standard for the fall, I think.
Pumpkin spice, apple,
like
caramel.
So we're starting with those kind of base scents, and then we'll add on to just make them a little bit more unique. We're going to use some Q-tips and dip them into the fragrance oils.
Now we have all of our test swabs dipped, so now comes the fun part where we kind of mix and match and see what scents work together.
For our scent samples today, we went with a variety of different brands. We have Candle Science, The Flaming Candle, Midwest Fragrance Company, and Pro Candle Supply. Now, on some of these, I feel like they could just go straight from the bottle into the candle. But some of them, I would like to mix, add a little more something to it. All right, so we're going to start with Fresh Coffee from Candle Science. And that smells like just black coffee. Straight black coffee, fresh brewed to me.
Yeah, like coffee beans. Straight up coffee.
Even very coffee house.
Yeah. We also have another coffee scent, and this is called Coffee House. This is from Flaming Candle. This one smells like it's mixed with vanilla. Almost like a vanilla latte. A little softer than the fresh coffee.
Definitely. This one's nice. It's got a nice mixture of the two scents.
Yeah.
I could see this one being mixed with maybe a caramel. The Candle Science Fresh Coffee. Making a caramel frappuccino. Maybe these pumpkin caramel crunch from Midwest Fragrance Company, and then fresh coffee with Candle Science. Could possibly be
like a pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah. Next we have Amber Noir from Candle Science. I think what that would. Seems like it would go good by itself. That could be a standalone scent.
More of a cologne. Doesn't really give fall to me.
I don't know if it was marketed as fall. I don't know. I kind of get a leaves undernote, undertone. Something. It kind of leans a little fall. It's not very fall. I don't know.
It's not a very traditional fall.
Yeah, I don't know. That was marketed as fall, but it's nice. But it could see it as a standalone as well. Next, we have Cinnamon and Vanilla, also from Candle Science.
Very cinnamony.
We have the cinnamon and vanilla from Candle Science, and then I think that with the apples and maple bourbon, that's also from Candle Science, and the cinnamon and vanilla could make a nice scent combination. Smells like a apple cinnamon sugar donut. That apple comes in real strong, but that cinnamon and vanilla work nicely with it.
Mm-hmm. Pretty fresh too. Like the apple scent is really strong.
Bright.
Yeah, bright.
We have two of the same scent but different manufacturers. We have caramelized pralines. One from Candle Science, which is now discontinued, sadly. Please bring it back. And then caramelized pralines from Pro Candle Supply. This one's from Pro Candle Supply?
This is Pro Candle Supply.
Lovely scent. That is fall.
The one from Candle Science smells a little toastier.
Mm-hmm.
The one from Pro Candle Supply is a little sweeter.
And this one's a little toastier from Candle Science.
I think I like this one better.
From Pro Candle?
Yeah. The one from Candle Science is a little stronger in the pecan, I think.
Mm-hmm. If you're looking for a caramelized pralines alternative, if you were using Candle Sciences, which is discontinued, check out Pro Candle Supply's caramelized pralines. Now we have Fallen Leaves from Candle Science. It's another crisp scent.
Yeah. It smells kind of like camping. Yeah, camping vibe.
Wouldn't know. I don't like camping.
Fire, leaves, fall time. Smells good. I think it could be on its own. I don't feel like it needs a mixer.
I definitely think that's a standalone scent.
Yeah.
Crisp. It's bright as well, like the apple and maple bourbon was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next we're gonna move to Fireside. That's from Candle Science.
This is definitely not a scent I would use on its own. Very smoky.
Yeah, Fireside to me feels like a mixer scent.
Yeah.
It's a note that goes within something else. Fireside, let's see, what's Snickerdoodle? I could see Fireside being mixed with a marshmallow graham cracker, making s'mores scent.
Mm-hmm.
Is that more summer or is that more fall? S'mores?
I think it could be fall.
Either one.
Yeah.
Now we have another cinnamon scent, and that's Cinnamon Chai from Candle Science.
Very chai.
Mm-hmm. Try it with the coffee house. It doesn't give it the chai.
Like that. Chai latte with a shot of espresso.
Now we have Campfire Marshmallow from Candle Science.
Delicious. This is one I think could be on its own.
I'm gonna mix it with the pumpkin caramel crunch.
Ooh, I like that. It smells really good. Very fall.
Yeah. Last but not least, the Flaming Candles Autumn Flannel.
I can't really pinpoint what that is though.
Yeah, I can't place it.
Mm-hmm. Smells good though. Yeah. That smells a little more fall to me.
Mm-hmm. Now, when you mix the amber noir with the autumn flannel,
I like that.
Mm-hmm. So these are the scents that we have chosen to review for now. We're going to start combining some of them together and see what we can come up with. We encourage you to test out as many scents as you like in the fall lines of different flyers and see if you can create something that's unique to you. We went through some of the options that we think would be nice combos, so we're going to try and test them out now. We're going to work with the Midwest Fragrance Pumpkin Caramel Crunch and Candle Science Campfire Marshmallow.
For our second tester, we're going to be doing Amber Noir from Candle Science with Autumn Flannel from the Flaming Candle.
So now we have our 2 testers made. We're going to let those set completely, and then we'll start testing on those. Once we know for sure that these fragrances will work with the wick and the vessels, and we will see if we're going to add those into our fall line.
This is just a small portion of the testing that we'll be doing for fall, but we wanted to start early so that we're prepared when that season hits. We'll also be testing some other scents to see what we want to add to our final collection. Thank you so much for watching. We hope that you enjoyed this video.
And if you did, we hope you'll like, share, and subscribe. If you're interested in seeing other videos like this, we'll have some linked down below.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye,
Bye, loves. Fireball.
Praline or prelude?
You said pecan or pecan?
Wait till we buy ours first.